Good night, and welcome again to Upper Discussion. Want to thank everyone who has been supporting, who have been subscribed, those who click the like button, and those who comment. We really appreciate your input and your support. Tonight, as you know, my name is Denzel Harris, aka Mr. Easy, and we have Miss Deidre Williamson.
Hello.
We have Miss Nordia Mackenzie.
Hi.
Deidre Francis.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Desmond Thompson.
Night, everyone. Night.
All right. So tonight we want to address, as this month being Child Month, we want to talk about the development of our children in today's society and see how best we can, address some of the issues that they're probably facing that we know of, and we want to discuss how we can help them instead of bashing them. A lot of times we tend to always be on the side of bashing an issue or a situation or something that we have a problem with, other than finding solutions. And so we want to see if we can find some solutions tonight to help our children who are, a lot of them are suffering from various different things, especially since this whole COVID-19. We know for here in Jamaica, because of the lockdown and, the fact that schools are out, they are doing like online classes. So there's no face-to-face, or there has been no face-to-face from last year, March. And then I am sure I heard on the news that there are increased reports of child abuse, both sexual and physical. So that I know those two issues are some of the issues that they are facing.
I was reading something the other day and it said that there's 120,000 students that's missing on the register from schools. Now, a lot of it is down to most of these children are left at home by themselves. So the parents are not there to monitor what they're doing online. So most of the time, they're not even logging in online in these Zoom classes. Instead, they're on TikTok, they're on Snapchat. What is a child doing on TikTok and Snapchat? You understand me? It's like they're left to their own devices with all these tablets and stuff. And they're just accessing things that they shouldn't be accessing instead of being in school. They're singing the latest dancehall song. Children are dancing on top of their heads. You understand me? They're doing some things that I don't understand. It's like the society has let these children go into a moral rot. Children are cursing and talking some things that are coming out of some kid's mouth, and the mother will laugh. What the hell? You understand me? So it's a whole lot of things combined, which it's a sad reality, and to be sure. And I think I also read that it's going to take 2 to 3 years for these kids to catch up back educationally to be where they're supposed to be. 2 to 3 years. Most of these kids, some of them are left school. Some of them are like in another 2 to 3 grades up. What they're going up there with? An empty head? An empty basket? It's sad, really.
So,
All right.
my take on the topic, things are not really, well, as a parent of a 18-year-old and then 7-year-old, It's difficult on the parent. One, thankfully, I have been working through the pandemic. So I was able to put I had certain things in place before the whole lockdown came into place. In terms of I had internet at home, and I had devices that my children could use. Now, not many parents in Jamaica would have had access to all of that. And the fact that
Right.
persons have to go out to work. Thankfully, again, I'm one of those parents that have the opportunity or was working from home before everything kind of changed. So I was in the position to be at home when my daughter or my son would come home, and I would be able to help them with homework and stuff like that. Not many parents had that option or still have that option now. The working sector in Jamaica is not flexible with allowing their employees to work from home. They are more of wanting individuals to be in office. And even though I am working from home, I have it difficult at times to monitor my daughter doing her schoolwork, assist my son doing his SBAs and work. So it's very difficult, and then not our society is not very well educated. So when it comes on to, because parents have become the teachers right now, because you have teachers that are not showing up for their classes, you have teachers that just send the work,
True.
and as a parent you would have to try to explain what is happening to the child. And if you are not somebody that has your head on your body and can pick sense out of nonsense and did a focus when you did a go to school, then you don't know how to help the child, right? Fortunately, I have a certificate in early childhood education, so I can assist my child. But there are some things that will slip through the crack. You're not going to be able to be there 100% to help your child. And as I said, for those parents who can't even read, they can't offer much assistance to their child, and physical abuse will be on the rise, because me I tell you, sometimes me really feel to just lick over
You
for
get
me to them.
frustrated.
Yes, it does. It does. And even though
Yeah.
my son may be older than my daughter, she give a whole lot more talking, but the two of them get talking. So it's stressful on the parent, it's stressful on the child, it's stressful on the teacher, it's stressed everybody. So it's a very difficult situation for all the parties that are involved, but for persons like myself who knows the value of an education, then you will stick with your child. You'd want the best for your child. You'd reach out to the teacher to find out what is happening. I don't see any work. Um, is there something that I can do? Because some of the times when Zoom meeting for join, um, my daughter not get for going because of whatever problem. The tablet need for restart. I have to. There are times when I have to uninstall and reinstall Zoom for her to access the. So it's trouble right around, and frustration is there. And we know say Jamaicans don't have a very calm persona. They don't try to reason out things. Then just get vexed and dash down everything and not bother. And this transcends to our kids also. But knowing that an education is important, as a parent, you will have to stick it through with your child. So that's just
Uh,
my thought on the whole thing.
so you addressed some very important points, and I could probably add to that, because when I'm thinking about this whole lockdown and the pressure that has been placed now on the parents to ensure that the child gets a good education. There are differences that has basically been I don't know how to explain, but all right. So before the whole lockdown, you know, you basically you get your child ready or children ready, you send them off to school, and you basically leave everything for the
Teacher.
Teachers,
class
yeah.
time, for the duration of the class time. You leave everything in the teacher's hand, and you basically hope that um the teacher will do a good job and all of that. And no, it's like you have to be parent and teacher. And what about those who don't have access to internet? What
Devices,
about
yeah.
those who don't have access to, like, I'm thinking there are a lot of households with just like one phone, yeah? And these people don't have no money for buy no service per se. They will buy like a 2 day or a 1 day or something. Them can't ever go above that. And then the amount of um I don't know if it's gigabytes or megabytes or whatever that would be in like a 2 day plan. It cannot basically
Suffice, yeah.
do an entire Zoom class or whatever. So there are things, a lot of things that are affecting the educational part of it. And then a lot of these parents, some of them have lost their jobs,
Hmm.
so there's no source of income now. When you would just, for those who are on path, send the child to school, and the school will provide the lunch and all of that. Now you have to be providing breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you don't know where it's
And
coming
snacks
from.
in
I mean, it's
between.
like a whole lot of things,
Yeah.
you know.
Night, yeah,
So,
for me, um, Jamaica not ready for technology. We don't have the resource or the internet to take on online school as though it was dashed on us. If it out, um, you have household of parents or even siblings who have not passed a grade 9 level. So their education level is very
true,
low.
true.
Now, with that low education level in the household, them probably left school from 19 or long.
Hmm.
How is it that they are now are going to be able to teach their younger children now with the fact that before they used to go to school and they never know what teacher school and never ask them when them come home from school how was school and go through them
Hmm.
book.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then this is
And
just
for
thrown
those
on
who
them,
go
the
get to go
children,
through the
them their
book,
home. Come on, we know the thing. We come from school and we just throw the book one side and we're gonna go and play mommy and daddy now ask you what we do today. They could go through the book or go back through whatever. They don't have
yeah,
the time because they have to probably go out and try for work. By the time you reach home from school, my mother and my father left to go to work, go do a night shift. Or them just a come home from work and them tired and need enough time.
yeah,
And them want to go do a just prepare food for we eat and then bed because tomorrow I'm have to head
You're
out
at it
to work
again.
again. So
hmm,
this pandemic has caused a lot of strain, even on we as big people. Because I go to university now, I can tell you, 90% of the time you know learn nothing in online class. If me not read the notes or read what them send me afterwards, I cannot learn. Because 90% by the time the class start,
hmm,
we drop asleep. Or there's
yeah,
something else in the house if you do and because you go
Yeah.
home,
Has
you
your
have to,
attention.
try listen
yeah.
and
Fuck
it
that you're
doesn't.
home, yeah.
Yeah, because what I have to do, I have to leave the house on a Saturday and a Sunday when I have class. That's the only way I can
Hmm.
learn. Because one time home, I'm going to do other things. So me as a big person telling you that, what about a child?
Child,
Come
yeah,
on.
which has a smaller attention span.
Smaller
By
attention
the
span.
time you put them on Zoom, them reach on
Yes,
TikTok.
man. Well, what I do with my daughter is because I had the same challenge with her. So on Play Store, like Play Store, YouTube, and Google, the search engine, I put a code on all three. The first time she figure out what it is and she go on and do her own stuff and we catch up on it. Thankfully, our brother let me in Panelica where I go on and we catch up on it. And well, actually, he was the one that changed the code. So, TikTok and all them stuff. Well, when she just got the tablet, I didn't put a code on it. And lo and behold, one day I went on it and there was over 120 games. I kid you not, 120 games
No,
downloaded on the
I can
tablet.
tell you,
That
I have two daughters at the age of 8 and 9. Let me tell you, when I check them tablet, probably 150 game each. What them are
Yes.
doing smart game, you have to ask them. So hold on, I play all of them game, yeah? And they always say, yes, daddy, we played. Some say, when you find time. During class, some say, so during class, you're playing game. Yeah, because you don't understand what the teacher saying. She just talk, and the amount of it. She even not pay me no mind. So we just start play a game. Because my daughter is like that. She's very outspoken and she will just stop in the middle of the class and say, Miss, me not hear nothing what you say. So I don't think online classes is really helping them at no time right now.
Well, I sort of beg to differ. The good thing about the school that my daughter goes to, it has a small population and everyone knows that has been to a school in Jamaica or know somebody go to school in Jamaica, it's 40 to 1. And thankfully her class is like 15 students. So the
Oh, so
teacher has more
she's
time
not a
to,
lucky one.
yes.
One of my daughter class is 52 students in there with one
Okay.
teacher.
What?
So
Yes.
so tell me now, how is it
Yes.
that one teacher can manage 52 students?
In a Zoom class. They can't even manage
It's
them face to
annoying.
face.
It's annoying.
Yeah, they have to be stopping it because my daughter class is smaller and every minute the teacher has to be muting them. All right, you need to stop talking now, pay attention. And then sometimes when you hear the parents and some words talking in the background, you wonder if they forget that the child is in class for the parents or whoever is around the child.
Exactly.
So there are so many. I'm happy that for this small class that the school that I chose to send my daughter to, because the population is very small and the teacher has more time to spend with them. But sometimes the teacher still
And have more
can't.
control.
Yes, she has more control, but a lot of times my daughter quarrel say when the teacher asks the question and she answer because when a question is asked,
yeah.
and everybody open their mic and start to talk like it a drown out everybody. So I have to try to encourage her
Yeah.
sometimes say, all right, nobody pay that no mind, just do your work and stuff. And then you have to pay constant attention to what it is that they're doing because my daughter, she thinks that she's very bright. So she nobody asks no question or forget no instruction or guidance in doing her work. She just do what she thinks that she's supposed to do and that's it. And if I'm not there, or if somebody's not there to say, no, don't do it that way, head up your book, space your letters, do this, it's not going to be done. So it's very difficult on the parent, it's very difficult on the teacher, it's very difficult on the kids.
So Francis.
All right. So as a high school student now, we don't use Zoom. We use Google Classroom. And before this update with them come with, we could have go in our class and we sit down and wait till the teacher come. Like we have about 40, 42, 40, 45, 45 students in my phone class. Everybody has go up in a them different subject area and so we're lucky if we get in those time before the update, we're lucky if we get at least 30 persons. Yeah. Normally 20 to 30 persons you see a join the class and then the teacher would come teach a class and we'll take a 1 and 2 thing from it. If you get understand, if you don't understand, you can text her 1 away and stuff. Text the teachers them 1 away and stuff. And yeah, but this update will then come in now with the teacher has to enter the classroom first before other students can go in and try learn something, which if them do join, don't have connection issues, some way are lag, some we are, just not pay attention none to when the teacher call upon them and not hear no response and stuff. But with this update we're going to do it now, the teacher have to go in first and you will be there. I reload the page 10, 12, 13. One time, my TD class, it took me 30 times to reload the one page. The teacher go in and we can go in and try it. So that update as just stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just remember that.
We're not hearing you, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, I was saying that does not technology do we're doing. It's just like we are try a thing and it'll work to some level. Because first thing, Mr. Easy was talking about the internet. It is true. I put on a 7-day, I put on a 1 week and I get like 3 gigabytes. And my 3 gigabytes are done before the 1 week. And I'm just doing a regular, just on a regular thing. I have a Zoom meeting here and there. I understand, I'm not lasting for the week.
My problem is this. All right, here in the UK, classes have started back, face-to-face classes. You understand me? For all students, every single one have to go to school. And if you don't go to school, you're fined. Why is it that they can't open back school? Because any idiot with a sense would realize that this ain't working in Jamaica. It's not working. You understand me? It's not working.
It's a political stunt.
It's not really. I don't think it's political. I'd say. Well, if you read some of the things online, most people don't want to send their kids to school. They'll be like,
but they're not supposed to have a chat. Let me tell you something. It's just like you carry, you give a thief a bag and you tell him, say, yo, if you want to take the money, you take it. They might give Jamaican a choice. You can't give Jamaican a choice because if they get a choice, they're gonna do the wrong thing.
The thing is, Nordia, within the UK, you don't have so much student to teacher ratio. The classroom, I'm assuming that the classrooms are smaller and the kids can be monitored. I am one of the parents that is kind of iffy with sending my 8-year-old back to school because we know how children get. They want to play, they hug up, they share everything, and when flu season and all of them stuff they come around, so you will be fearful as a parent because you know that they. No, hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. The proper guidelines. I don't think the proper guidelines will be followed. Me, I had a driver that would take my daughter to school. He had a bus. And sometimes I'm missing off my daughter morning time because me know so the school is so far, make me not worry that much. The bus pack to capacity and over, right? And the infrastructure for ensure say that the child gets to school and back home safe is not there. The student teacher ratio something needs to be done about it. And there are just a lot of other concerns that I can understand why a parent would not want to send their child to face-to-face classes.
So you're rather them stay home and done then?
Yeah, but no, I'm not even that, Nadia. Look at
It's
it. How long has this been going on? How long has the teacher to student ratio been like this?
From me, I pick me.
Also, people are
Ever
afraid to them
since.
pick them to school and catch corona, but him can stay in yard and catch corona same way. I'm saying stop this this thing that you're afraid to send out your child because of whatever, because it's not now. We're talking about this going from before me born.
Yes, but before you're born, there was the
Around in
pandemic.
school.
There was
No,
the
them did have
pandemic as
polio.
serious
No.
as
They had
this.
it worse. They had polio.
Look at Pinky Eye and them stuff they did at school long time. And Pitney still got to school and go catch it from Pitney. Pitney still home and still catch it.
But Pinky I not have that thing we
That
can kill
devastating effect as
Yeah.
COVID.
Listen,
or kill older
can
person.
I highlight something to you from a nursing background? Coronavirus now gone away. Coronavirus is the new flu. It is the new flu. Every year, it just pop up every year. Like, see me here, I didn't go anywhere. You have to get a joke in your backside.
Different aspect of it. As you know, them I tell about the third stage.
Thank you.
It's just a
So
different
we
aspect.
need to
wave.
learn to live with this thing. You cannot keep the kids at home. It don't make sense. Because it come next 10 years, dunce is an understatement. When I say fully dunce, them I got 100% dunce. Understand me? Dunce I gonna be an understatement. Them I pick me I got dark like midnight.
That's not midnight.
Darker than.
And then that will
Alright.
lead to a lot more stuff, Nadia. A lot more stuff.
It gonna get
that will
worse.
lead to-
Crime are gonna get worse because you can't talk to them. Your WhatsApp can't talk to them, no. This generation is like a set of vipers. And later on in life, when them supposed to decide to go into the job market, them can't get no job because what? Them don't know how to write a full sentence. Them are write LOL.
I'll blame it on the system.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
them on the
hold on
system.
up. Them are write LOL, KMT, and that them are go on full. Them are do it now, let alone later on. And that not them put on application form. You understand me? The thing is, a lot of nowadays, the kids, the ones that they call millennials, some things that they're doing in interview. People are going on Twitter and tweeting, oh, I'm getting an interview from such and such place in the middle of the interview. They can't even fill out a proper application form. Most of them don't even know how to dress for an interview.
Mhm.
You understand me? They don't know nothing. So with this one, these sets that were in school, getting all the full-time teaching, can you imagine this set that's gonna come up now?
That's being taught from home.
Thank you. Mama dance, granny dance, picnic
And then
dance.
And then Nadia, all they're gonna do is just blame it on the system. Blame it
Yeah.
on
And blame government.
Yes,
Blame
and the government.
government.
should be
Everybody's
doing
scared to take responsibility. And not government breed,
It's
you
just-
darling.
It's just like with the vaccine now. Persons are saying, oh, them not take the vaccine, but yet still they must say, yo, them want to go foreign and them want to
Mhm.
look here. And I'm saying to myself, if you're not willing to take the vaccine, how are you going to go to abroad? And
Yeah.
it is one of the requirements now to go overseas.
Well, they'll be willing to take it to go overseas because they know
But
when
they're
it
not
comes
willing
on
to take
to
it to stay here and work.
yeah,
Think
but when it
about
comes
that.
on to going abroad, things that people swear that they will not do.
And that alone, people will left go abroad and go clean up roadside, but them
Mhm.
now stay here and clean up roadside.
The thing is that what I think
Yeah.
about that, or the reason for that, is that when you go abroad, your pay,
Much
Oh,
more.
some money says money.
You pay what?
everybody's working because
Yeah, but what
And
about
money
then?
plays
What
an
about
important
then? What
role.
about one? Then
Deirdre.
what about one? Focus
Yes.
with
Deirdre.
Gigi.
Today someone was talking I saw a comment and the person was saying that the people must find the amount of bills them have to pay. Now name out some bills. Let me pay for the month. I'm on your count. Yeah?
So I'm ready.
Pay rent,
Hmm?
council tax, water
what that?
rate,
Mhm.
yeah, gas and electric, my
Mhm.
TV license, yeah,
TV license.
TV
All right.
license.
my mobile phone, yeah. My internet bill and my Sky bill. Me not buy food yet. Me not pay for my credit card yet. Me not put petrol in my car yet. Me not pay my insurance in my car yet. You me tell you? And then at the end of the year, me still have road tax and MOT. That I'm a fitness. So every year I have to do my fitness. Me not buy food yet, you know. Me not do my ear yet, you know. Me not do my nails yet, you know.
I ain't even buy a suit of clothes yet.
I mean, I buy a suit of clothes yet.
Is it not even winter fresh?
Not even winter fresh.
and
I have
people
to
will
work
think
2 jobs. I work 65 hours a week, 13 hours a day. Okay? It was so bad one of the time that this sofa that I'm sitting in had plastic on it for 2 years. Because I didn't sit in it. For 2 years, I didn't sit in this sofa.
Maybe I work 13 out of 24 hours.
Not got no time to sit down.
I've got a dining table that I bought from 2016 that I can count on one hand how many times I've sat around that dining table. So when I talk about say them come and find, when you come and find or something there and you walk, not work.
True.
Walk.
Yeah.
And then worse if you're from a
mean,
Jamaican background.
And
when you go foreign, people will make you work more because the foreign people after them make a little dollar, we can buy little food and probably little smoking and drinking them stop work.
Hold on. Get a joke. My neighbor door is closer than your bedroom door to your son's bedroom door. Yeah? My next door neighbor door is closer to my front door than your bedroom door is to your son's bedroom door. And I do not know my neighbor. And I live here 3 years now.
I don't know your neighbor.
And I don't know my neighbor.
Most joke.
Not true.
Right.
Okay?
Come on.
I can open my legs and don't even open wide and me touch my neighbor doorway. And I do not know my neighbor. Because when you come and foreign, you have to walk.
No one better than yard. No one better than yard.
No, but it's easy. It's easy. I don't want to say that because you see, if enough Jamaican did have the mentality that foreign people have, Jamaica would have been a better place. You know that I used to do one job in Jamaica. And when I left and went to abroad and I see how a foreigner can work 2 jobs and work crazy money. Me come back to Jamaica and try it. I'm doing 2 jobs now. I'm going to school. And it come like nothing.
But anything you want to be done in Jamaica, you can do it. You just have to make up your mind to do it.
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
I work from 8 to 5 at one of my job. And the next job I work from 7 to 7 the next morning. And then I still go school on Saturday and Sunday for more than 5 or 7 hours.
We say 8 to 5 and 7 to 7.
Yeah. So I work 8 to 5 and come off.
Easier camera
and then go back to work from 7 to 7 the next morning. And then proceed, then it continues.
Deja, you see the African them will do a 13-hour shift. Day shift. I'm gonna do a 13-hour night shift. You may tell you? Let me tell you what me do one Christmas.
But that's at 26.
How
come that work?
No, what you said. Let me tell you what me do one Christmas. One Christmas, me have 2 jobs. Me work 2 jobs. And one Christmas, me go in. That was before I became a nurse. I'm going, I'm do a 13-hour shift. Me leave my house from 6 o'clock. Yeah, me wake up from 5. Me leave my house from 6. I started work at 7 o'clock in the morning. I finished, I didn't take any break during the day. And I left work at 7:30 p.m. that night. Yeah. And I called my second job to say, listen, I'm running a bit late. And I went to work that night and do another 12.5-hour shift. Okay? And go home, go sleep the day and go back and do another night shift the next night. The same night.
People just have to be dedicated and know what they want.
Because
Well, the
me
most
have
I've ever
family,
worked
me
in
have
one
family at
day.
Jamaica where me know so them all call and say Nadia XYZ, and sometimes me not bother wait for them call. Them know so them money due. So them know when me I get paid. So them know so them money I come when me get paid. But it's a
But I think
mindset.
Yeah, that's
right.
true. You know, with this job that I'm doing, when I was in training, it was two of us, and I needed a job at the time, so I never have no choice. Me have to make sure say me do the job, and I passed through, and I was employed. But you know, this other young lady she was finding all sorts of excuses as to why she shouldn't complete the training, and she's saying that you know at the time it was $5 an hour, and she's saying that that is nothing, and you know, well, she traveled, so she's saying that the job put her under too much stress, and I'm like, it wasn't a very stressful thing. So you're right about that. People just need to make up their mind and know that I'm going to work towards something, I'm going to make something better. And then I guess this is something that also passes down to our children, because I think our children watches everything that we do, and they try to emulate us. And
True,
sometimes we
true,
may wonder, where is this coming from? Not realizing that it's us as the
true,
parent.
true,
Because
true.
when your child see you doing certain things and you have a dedication, and you know you always tell them certain things, and not only tell them but do it for them to see, then you know you're living the example for them.
That is true. I'm going to tell you why. My dad used to work very hard, very hard. My father never have time for me. My father, the whole time I see my father come like 3 times a day. Now the morning when me I get breakfast, now the midday when me I get lunch, and when him come in at the night and me get dinner, and then my father gone again. And I've always watched my father work, work, work. And I tell myself, I know so me go be like my father because he work hard. And me end up do the same thing now. My daughters, them hardly see me because I am at work 90% of the time. And my daughter, my younger daughter looked at me and she said, Daddy, why you work so hard? Then she said, oh, why me ask the question and me know? Because anything more, you give it to me. I'm in a short and nothing. So that means say
Yeah.
you work hard so that I can get everything I want.
Yeah, one of the most hurtful thing as a parent is for your child to ask you for something and you cannot give it to them. It
Listen,
hurts
don't even mother get me,
more than
don't
you
even
care
get me
to say.
started on that topic. They don't. Come on, fine.
Yeah, but enough people don't want to work at all. So they're not able to can give their child anything they want because they believe in handout. So because Nadia they are foreigner, me and Nadia family, me no want work, but every week me I call Nadia and beg Nadia $50 and $100. So that
Not
me
knowing
can take
how
care of
hard
my
Nardia have to
children.
work
And yeah,
for get.
not no, and when Nadia don't send it, me vex with Nadia because Nadia they are foreign.
Mm.
And the concept that people have about foreign, as I tell you, when me go foreign is when I learn. The concept that people portray of the person that foreign is that a foreign you live life, you have money. And when I went to foreign, I realized that 90% of foreigners live worse than we in Jamaica. Yeah. When they come to Jamaica, what they do is then save up them paycheck and then come back and go on like say, oh God, them a millionaire. And when them go back over the amount of bills them have to pay, you're
And
sorry for
debt.
them are worse than you. And that is when I appreciate the people who work for and I say, but hold on, I'm a better rose. But some
And
person
then
will not understand that.
maybe it's because of the fact that they can get stuff on credit, and whatever we have here we have to buy it.
Exactly. So they use more credit card and them yeah, people who are there live off a food stamp and all of these little things. So and the people not understanding that not everything the foreign people tell you are true. And they try to paint a good picture.
But wait,
Two
that the
type of
thing
people in
is,
the foreign.
when you try and tell them the reality, they say that you're lying, or you try to banter
Mhm.
them. You know, want them, you stop them from. I wish I've got a friend here that it was my childhood friend growing up, and he's a lawyer here now, and he said to me, Nadia, before, his name is Venris, and he said to me, Nadia, before, if somebody coming from Jamaica and beg me £50, I'd rather buy them a plane ticket. And I said, why? And he said, I'd rather buy them the plane ticket so that they'll come and here and work that said £50 that them begging me. So them know say, it's not easy for me work that £50. You understand me? There's certain thing, all right, me live here. And the way me see people live at Jamaica, sometimes I have to open my eyes because me see the way me see people I go hotel, go flance and some hairstyle. And me look at me and say, how the hell do they afford to wear certain hair?
You work so hard that you can't even buy one bag juice at the end of the month because the amount of bills you have to pay. You have to sort out the bills them first before you sell on juice. And then some people who now work as hard as you can floss and wear the latest things that you wonder, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
I have to ask myself the same question because, all right, a lot of people will see me and them say, Nadia, oh, you know, Mr. Listen, I am not going to work one day to buy a wig put on my head. Because to buy a human hair wig, I'm going to have to spend like 200, 220 pounds. And me love color hair. Me hardly wear black hair. Me love the color. Me love colors. And that's going to cost me like 250. And if I need to buy a good one, I'm going to have to spend like 350 pounds, 350 pounds. I'm not going to spend 350 pounds on a wig. Bitch, you mad? So the things that I see people do in Jamaica, and I'm looking at how you do that. So when you do that, how your child?
That's the other point I was going to make. They will spend on themselves and forget the child.
The wickedest part of that are the people in part money them are use.
No, but the thing is, so why you don't put some internet on for your child?
No, they're not a time for that because they want hairstyle look good.
I have a cousin that his mother, he has 2 sons, and his mother takes the path money and do what she wants to do with it and doesn't spend it on the kids.
It's so you know what caused it, and a lot of that is caused some lack of education.
Yes.
Lack of education. You understand?
And that is what I think that is what is beating the society in Jamaica. We don't value education. We don't have a value for education.
You understand? Which is true.
People don't value education for true because, all right, if you check the ratio in Jamaica, you know, 90% of the people in the forest level of education them have is probably high school. Probably high school. Back in the days, it was grade 9. Nothing past grade 9. But now people going up to grade 11, people finishing high school. And then that is hit.
But the thing is, when they go up to grade 11, they still have a grade 9 level of education because they still cannot form a proper sense. They still cannot function at the level that a grade 11 student should be functioning.
And all
and what I've realized, sorry, Nadia, what I've realized is that persons nowadays, they come up, our children nowadays, they come up and they see their parent surviving. You know, so they don't take the time out to take as much out of the education system as they can because they see that their parent is surviving. So whatever their parent is surviving on, they said, well, my mother and my father are dead, so I'm not going dead too. I'm in need for this. I'm in need for get the education. Yes.
Nobody wants to rise above that.
So it's like it's a constant line that goes straight across, right? Because nobody is trying to raise the level because they see persons surviving. So they just do the same thing.
And that causes them a lack of self-esteem. That is causing a lack of self-esteem.
I'm talking about self-esteem. It's a matter of, as I say, it's a cycle. So what happens is that, what I realize is that my mother reached grade 9. My sisters before them, all of them reached grade 9, and then them stop right there. So nobody wants to go above it because guess what? When them reach a level, let them realize, say, oh, me I survive. So in sense, me go anywhere else where me I survive right here. So already, I am probably the only boy of 8, and I am the only one that ever been to college. I rise above the level of what they have and set a new level. Now everybody want to go to college. It
But
only probably take one person to raise the bar,
true.
and then other persons just follow. It's just like say everybody know if you count from 1 to 10. Nobody know to go over 11 until one person discover, oh, more numbers they above it.
But the
And
thing is, all
continue.
right, so with this current pandemic, it has also taught us that the traditional way of learning and the traditional way of working is also revolving.
Right.
So I'm not having an education is important, but there are persons that have been to college and their degrees or whatever they have studied, it's not helping them as much. One, because I think they did not do a proper research before they went ahead to say, what would be marketable, instead of just going and doing what everybody else is doing and not getting a job after they graduate. What else can I do that will ensure that after I'm done, I will get a job or I'll be marketable or someone will want to employ me, right?
The pro-
I think with
But you know that is not really the issue though, it's money. A person saying after them go college and get them degree, they must get a certain amount of money or else it not work.
and
okay.
that is a big mentality of a lot of Jamaicans. That's one of the big issue of a lot of Jamaicans. And also the problem is here, a lot of time we don't look at things from a fact. Or most of us in Jamaica don't have a 5-year plan. Most of us in Jamaica don't even know what's a 5-year plan. And people don't realize that in life, you need to create a 5, 10, 15, or 20-year plan. You understand me? And because most of them will say, oh, we might then tomorrow, so why create it? But you have to have a plan. You have to have something to look for to say what you're going to do. And a lot of times we look, but we don't look. Because we don't look at the society and say, but I wonder the way technology I go. Some of the things that job they're around 10 years from now. I went to a bank a couple years ago, and the bank before in England, they used to have bank tellers, loads of bank tellers like what they have in Jamaica now. And the woman was so rude to me, and I said to her, say in about 5 years, you're not gonna have no job because your job will become obsolete. It didn't even last 3 years. Because right now, most banks in the UK don't have a bank teller. Because everything is at the machine. You can go to the machine, you can do your deposit, you can do your withdraw. You understand me? You can get your bank statement, all that you can do. And most of it as well is available online. Because I don't go to the bank.
App and stuff.
I can monitor my bank account from online.
Yeah, and that is the same thing in Jamaica. 90% of the time, bank used to full. Right now, you have the NCD app on your phone. I can do every single thing I want to my account by just sitting down in my living room and do anything I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the thing. We now look, this is a life is evolving. And we need to evolve, and we need to drag repeating them behind we at the same time when we are evolved.
But for me, though, Nadia, Jamaica should invest more in technology, in proper internet.
With so much tea for Jamaica?
Technology in Jamaica. No, but that is the only way that we're going to be able to deal with this pandemic on a technology level, because it can't be that we are evolving and buying a lot of tablets and computers and then we don't have the internet service or
the
internet
Flow is really crappy. Flow is sincerely crappy.
More internet providers.
JPS, Water Commission, everybody.
You need more internet providers. You need one thing, the monopoly that JPS on needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
You need more internet. You only have Digicel and Flow. That's rubbish. You need at least 4
You only
more
have Flow
providers.
because Digicel Flow is the person that provides Digicel with the internet service that they have. So it's only Flow.
No person don't realize that. Flow is the only company that
Yeah.
have the contract to run internet service into Jamaica. What they do is that Flow rent out a part of its service to Digicel.
And that is wrong. That so all these manipulation of certain services need to stop. That is totally wrong. You understand
But
me?
whenever a company tries to come in the island to offer service, they block them. They always take them to court to find
You
some
remember, you
reason
remember
why
Clara?
they
You remember
cannot.
Clara?
Yeah.
Remember
Digicel
when,
actually, yeah,
remember when
Digicel,
Clara was
Did you
here?
sell by out Clara, you know?
yes,
No,
they
because
did.
of what? Why?
Well,
Because Clara and
swa-
Digicel had a competition. Clara was doing well in a Caribbean island.
the market
That was doing well in
and swap
Jamaica.
them
When Clara came to
Yeah, they made a
Jamaica, Clara
switch.
started giving
market.
Jamaica a fight, giving Digicel a good fight in Jamaica. So what Digicel had to do was to just buy out. They had to just switch.
Them
So
Yeah,
swap them, them
buy
spend,
back.
yes.
yeah, like an
The other
agreement
Caribbean
and
they would
Exactly.
leave that Caribbean island to Claro,
swap
and
the
And still
Claro
in
market.
leaves
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Exactly. So that is what keep on happening. So there can't be a challenge or a better company in Jamaica because each time a company comes here, they might buy it out.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing though, and things need to change because all right,
Yeah, but
we are set a lot of it, yeah. A lot of it at the moment the services is bad, but a lot of the time we ourselves are sabotaging the services. Why are you gonna
By
thief?
keeping the cable
Yes,
and
the
all
other
of
day I
these
saw they
things.
found about 200 batteries. I can't remember what these batteries were for, and they find it at Riverton.
But that have to do with the scrap metal art. They said the scrap metal industry, once they open up that scrap metal industry, they open up a lot of problems in Jamaica and they never realize. Because persons started
Vandalizing properties.
vandalizing and taking down the cables because of the copper or because of the metal that is inside it, so it can sell it to make a money.
How you gonna take 500
So
and add street light?
Yeah, man. I am a money that.
So who you sell it to?
uh,
You sell it back to JPS?
No.
I'm telling the scrap metal.
Metal. Now then now crush it and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Just
So
sell
you
it.
see, now we understand why our kids will never be better. Because of all these things. So every time you try to go forward, you have to be replacing.
10-step backs. Yeah. 10-step backs.
What examples are we teaching our kids?
I just think this pandemic has affected our children more than it affected older persons in regards to their learning capacity and their learning strengths, because enough of our parents have to go child work, and a single parent can stay home and I teach the child when they have to go make money, because there's two things you have to decide. It's either you're gonna make your children hungry or you're gonna make them learn. Which one?
And them can't learn if they're hungry.
Exactly. So you have to go look it. No. And it just and them cannot
and not
learn
only
nothing.
that, as you mentioned, there's only sometimes one device. So when mommy or daddy gone on the road, they know so the device have to go with mommy or daddy, because that sometimes is helping them to get the little income with them I get.
And also the children that's breaking these devices, because a lot of these kids don't care. They will break these devices.
One for my daughter, because me know say September now I'll catch it still alive.
And you know one of the next problem that I see is that the teachers themselves, when they have a big class, it is hard for them to reach everybody. So you see the few students that they are favoritized, or the few students that them know, those are the students that will get most of the attention. So a student will be in the class, and they will not get attention at no point in time. And it is somewhat
Unfair.
unfair, to be honest, right? Unfair.
Really, really unfair.
But you can't even blame the teacher that much because of the amount of student that she has. But her job should be that you reach everybody. Because the aim of each of these classes is to reach every single student, not to reach half of the student or the few students that you favoritize or the few students that, you know, them parents are geared something.
But you need to remember also too, that there has been a challenge even before this online thing because you have children that learn or children learn differently. So while some kids will catch on to the theory, other persons will catch on to a song, another person will catch on to a skit. So you still don't have those options because even with the Zoom classes that they're having, it's a limited time. And as by if we forget everybody settled, the time run out.
I think they do it wrong because the school can have a Zoom account and pay for the Zoom account so that it's unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And that will eliminate the fact that you have to cut or have to rejoin because to me they went back to Google Classroom, but I think Zoom would be a lot more easier to use or to reach the students than the Google Classroom to me.
Where is it? Classroom me use
because Zoom, remember I know with the Zoom, I can, if I need to talk to you, for instance, I reach, all right, I'm teaching a topic and half of the class I learn. And then there's half of the class that don't catch on. But I want the class that the part that learn or catch on already to continue to do what they're doing without disturbing them. With the Zoom, you can go into breakout rooms and you
It's the
put
same
all the
thing with Google
students.
Classroom. You have breakout rooms and all of them stuff in Google Classroom.
But I'm not seeing that being utilized.
Because our teachers don't really have the head, they don't know how to do it.
Who taught them to use it?
Exactly. Nobody didn't really teach them to do them stuff there, so they don't know. And you have some teachers that are not, they don't have no technical information. When it comes to technology, they don't know nothing
then
about
how
it.
is it that you're going to allow these teachers who don't have no technology background to teach our students?
It's difficult. My son have this one teacher. He has never been in a Zoom class because he don't know how he don't know how to do it.
The first time when my daughter going to Zoom class, and me as a parent, after I call the other parents and I tell them how to do it, and I tell the teacher how to do it. Not saying that we're not there to help, but I'm saying if you're going to do something, take the teachers and teach them.
Yes, even me, I have to show my form teacher how to use Google Classroom some my time.
So the first thing they need to do is to teach the teachers how to manipulate the devices and the program.
What they need to open back school, open it back, get the kids out the house and back in school, because it's the only way. The problem right now, the kids in Jamaica need to go back to school for the whole summer. And I mean, they'll have no day off during the summer.
No, I agree with that. Say can't work. I'm gonna tell you why. All right. Normally, yes, one teacher to 42 students. All they have to do, there's a lot of practical teachers that are out there now, employ more teachers, draw more teachers.
2 teachers to a classroom.
And 2 or 3 teachers.
With what dedication? They're not doing it. Exactly. They hardly want to pay who is there now.
Yeah, but them can find money. Them can find money for the other things.
Yes.
And when things happen,
that is important to them.
Why? That's why I said Jamaica is a reactive country and not a proactive country.
And it's always going to be that way.
Money to react to things after it is done. But what about using the money to before it is happening? Before it happens?
I think that the government system have a forgetful syndrome. Once you go in a parliament, you forget all the good thoughts and ideas that you had. Once you touch parliament, them gone.
Them develop
Yeah,
dementia.
from
Yes.
Them
when they
short-term
introduced that
memory
tablet
gone.
program.
hmm So all
Just
of the promises and
Okay.
everything that
5
they saw
minutes.
that was wrong, that the other government was doing, when they reaching them, forgot.
And do the same thing.
And worse.
Nobody really cares about anybody else. You understand?
Yep.
People have good intentions and whatever, but when them say, oh, them pocket I get fat and them bank account I get fat and all of that and whatever, all of that get to them head, it's like all those good intentions just get saved for the next election time.
In
You
other
just
words,
go in
you're
one
saying that.
box, put down when
In other words, you're saying that each person now have to think about their own education and do what they want for themselves and don't worry and
look,
try to get their own thing together then because nobody really cares.
sadly,
That's a sad
sadly,
reality.
I think it's basically
Yeah.
going there because what is happening now is that, as I said, promises upon promises upon promises and nothing behind it, no action. You understand? When I was growing up, I'm kind of sorry that my thing was giving so much problem, but because when I was growing up, right, there was the teachers, first of all, they enjoyed teaching.
Yep.
They loved their profession. They loved to see results. Yeah. They wanted to see the entire class making it or matriculating to the next level. Right? That's not the case now. People are just in the different professions for money. Yeah. And you can
So
get
true.
how much ever money, and plus you can get how much all of the holidays that there are
No, you can't get a
in the
visa for
entire
go
calendar.
foreign.
Yes, that too.
They can get a house, they can get a
Right.
car. They don't really
So
care about
so it's
the education itself.
yeah. So right now I think parents and it will really go right down to the wire, and the fittest of the fittest alone are gonna survive.
And you can't
The
say
people
parents
who really
because
can
remember,
afford to push.
Yeah, and as
Look
Nadia
here.
says, in the next 5 to 10 years, the crime in Jamaica is going to spike because when these kids turn to adult and them can't get what
No,
feed them
it's not
their
even
family and
chappings,
before them
stuff.
reach
fear
adult.
chappings them tell us say, yo,
Before them reach
Yeah.
adulthood.
imagine as if 5 or 7 young you just left school there, 17-year-old. Before them go try to work or try to get a job, I say, yo, a chappings you're gonna know. Why? Because when school time, they never did there no school. They don't learn nothing. Them not no skill. Them not have no drive to go they go look at work. Right now, all them depend, yo, chappings you're gonna depend to them a child somebody to scam.
It's an easy tire.
You see, all the I think we might have to continue this discussion another time because it's really very
It's a
the
very wide
problem
topic.
is not it's not as small as we want to try to make it, you know. But hopefully we can continue this discussion at a time. So thanks for watching and looking forward to seeing you next time. All right. Peace out.
Thank you, sir. Have a great
Thank you.
evening, guys.
Same to you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.